welcome back to Adventure 82. You catch me on top of the Lemoy platform we found in the last video. We're off this way today, like I said in the end of the last one, to find the station with no name. It was only ever called the Temporary. So that's where we're off to now, to find this temporary station, which is rather obscure. We're sat on a set of points where the track split, and see if there's anything left of it. Let's go. Right, so we're on our way down across the road from the Lemoy station, which is now just behind me, and we're going to go see what we can find of this temporary station. This would have been a crossing, as you probably already guessed, considering the road's here. Nothing obviously left of that, but we weren't expecting that, to be honest. None of the places where this road crosses, this railway crosses the roads, has been left. So we shall now go down here. The main aim for today is with this temporary station. There's a couple of things we want to try and find out. One is if there's anything left. They say supposedly that there's a mound. Obviously, being a temporary station, there was no kind of permanent platform in place, but apparently there's a mound left showing where the platform once was, because the platform was one of these temporary wooden structures. And we also want to see if there's any kind of obvious sign of where this split was in the track, where these points were, and if there's any remnants of that, because the temporary was literally on the points. So the reason for this temporary station originally on building the train track through here was as an end terminus, essentially. Aside from the piece of track that went after it, originally there was no points. It just went off and curved round to the left to the quarry, which was across the main Corbière road, for picking up stone. So the last point for passengers, the terminus point, was this temporary station that was just called the Temporary. It opened in 1899, and it was used, the main reason for it was for the workers at the quarry. So they used to get it, used to come on the train at St Aubin, or later on obviously St Helier, when they could go all the way through, come up here, do their work on at the quarry, and then get the train again from this temporary station home. It was available to regular passengers, but as far as they were concerned, it was a request stop. The only request stop, in fact, in the island, until 1923, when they started building the couple of halts, Millbrook Halt, etc., that they built on the other bottom end of the line. It was the only request stop, and it was the original request stop for the entire line. So we'll see what there is of it left, see if we can find this mound and this point system. And the only thing that I've neglected to tell you is that this station was temporary, because the idea was originally is that this station was going to be removed once the quarry line had been completely finished and into the quarry. It was going to be removed, and what the plan was originally was to drop the quarry workers off literally in the quarry. Thus the temporary station would have been rendered unneeded, which is why it was always built to be removed. But what they didn't realise, and that they came to light quite quickly on completion of the line, is it was actually quite popular with the general public and commuting. So then what they had to do was think of a way of accommodating the commuter traffic. So they couldn't just simply take that away anymore, because it wasn't just quarry workers that were coming up this far, which is what they anticipated would be the case. So then the temporary station ended up being up quite a few more years than it was meant to be. It was only meant to be there about a year or two until the line was fully completed. Obviously, we know we've covered it already. There was many problems along the way of building this line, which delayed it somewhat. But the temporary station, in its hindsight, just wasn't good enough. So they then started building what's now the Corbière line, the Corbière station that everybody else knows now. And once that was finished, then it was taken away, removed from any trace of it, and so we'll have to see what's left. But yeah, let's work our way down. We're not far from there now anyway, and see what we can find. Right, as I'm walking down here, what I am noticing is there's a lot more of these chains like you normally get when it crosses a road. Now obviously that's got something to do with these paths that are going across here. Now these access, obviously there's a house down there now. Was that house there then? I don't know. That side goes up through to Corbière Main Road. So was this just here as a safety precaution, or was this put in after they removed the railway? Because people were driving up and down what used to be the railway after they removed the track. It's anybody's guess. And it's like, this one's wood. See, these are wood posts. The ones over here we've got, where the kids are and things at the minute, they're metal. Can anybody explain to me what this is for? Were there a bunch of vigilantes in the 50s who thought that this was an extra road? I don't know. Anyway, you can also see here where they've raised up the road again here at the edge of the fields. And just down here, I think there's another one of those kind of random crossing bits. I think there's more than one. We shall keep ploughing on, and yeah, see a lot more ballast to show that we're on the right tracks. Pardon the pun. But then look, see, it's like this, look. Now see, these can't be, the bollards themselves are clearly newer, but the mixture of the bollards thickens, because now I'm at this one. There's a cement one here, which clearly would have been here when the railway was. There's the other cement ones there going along the edge, and there's one on the corner there. So maybe they were having problems with people driving up and down here to get to like fields, because of course these are farmers' access tracks, as I'm seeing now. So maybe that back one was also farmers' access track. And maybe that's what it was. Maybe the farmers were being cheeky and shortcutting up and down the old railway now the track was gone. Maybe that's what it was. Yeah, who knows? But we've got a reappearance now of our famous train posts. So unless something fascinating happens, which I doubt, between here and the temporary station, I will see you just before we get to the station site, and then we'll try and figure out where this split was. Okay, now this temporary station is just giving me a headache. The fence ends here, but the field doesn't. Why have this bit here where anyone can wander onto the track? There's no obvious sign of a road or access road or anything here. So why is that suddenly stopped there? I don't... Maybe you guys can... Maybe somebody knows something I don't. I've had more mysteries in the last, what, 100 yards than the whole railway. Right, anyway, I think we may have just found our split, or what used to be our split, for the quarry. So, hang on a minute, we have a map reader. Charlotte, this is the quarry split, right?
About a minute down the road, so just over by the post.
So yes it is. Right.
Like 1 minute left. 1 minute left.
Right, so right, so this is our split. That way, where they're walking their dogs, is off to Corbière. That way is off to the quarry. We're doing the quarry in a separate video, but I will take you from here up to where it meets the road, and then I'll start the quarry video from up there. So let's see where this bit goes first. And then we'll have a look. Let's see if we can find any of this temporary station left. So from what I can see here, you can tell the temporary station was here because this is clearly access path. So that's your access path here to the temporary station. We'll go up here and I'll show you where this comes out. Then we'll come back and we'll look at the station site. Yeah, see, this is definitely railway. There's your obligatory railway post. These ones haven't been touched in a long time. Look, I've still got the original wire. It's going rusty. Right. So, and as you can see, I'm not going to take you any further because I don't want to give away any secrets about the quarry video. I'm not silly. But as you can see, it just comes out onto the main road at the end here. And if you want to know what's further on than that, you're going to have to subscribe and wait till I release my quarry video. So, let's go this way, where for some strange reason Blaze is trying to sit on a chain. And right, so we're here. This mound, as you can see, it goes up here. Come a bit close, you can see there's a path there. This goes up here. There on top of here, this is what used to be the temporary station platform. It's all that's left of it, because as I said, it was actually a wooden platform. So this mound was built up, I'm guessing, from maybe ground or whatever that they've got from building other parts of the railway. And then it was actually topped with some kind of wood on stilts, if you like, to make the actual proper platform. But this is the actual location of where the platform was. It's all that's left is the dirt mound that the platform itself was on top of. You can see a railway post here, so I'm guessing at some point the exit to the station would have been there. You'll have to pardon if you hear the dog barking, because not an awful lot I can do, because there's like a field thing just over here where they must train their dogs or whatever, and the dogs are shut in there, so there's nothing I can do about that, I'm afraid. But right, so if you come up on top, you can see it's still relatively high up off the floor there. You can see clearly where the track bed would have been. And like I say, this was a temporary station built in 1899, one of the original stations that was put up. And Yeah, it was here the whole time. So this was originally the terminus end of the station, but a station that used to be at the quarry, which we'll look at in the next video. But that's the length of the platform. It's quite a long platform. Yeah, so as I was saying, this was the terminus station originally. The Corbière station up ahead, which you'll see in the next two videos, because we've got Corbière and then the quarry video. Those two are coming next. The Corbière station was built after this, and but after the Corbière station was built and that became the terminus one, this still remained for a while. I'm not sure for what purpose. I know the workers used to get off here, but then a lot of people have also told, from what I've read also, some workers used to get off at the station further up here, where the split is. I'll go show you that in a minute, where the quarry used to have its own station as well. So I'm guessing some workers got off here, some got up there, or maybe after a certain point in the day the train didn't go up to the quarry station anymore, so the workers used to come down here, or maybe vice versa. Before work the quarry station wasn't open, so they got off here. But I know workers used to get off here and at the quarry station as well. This was also quite popular for people, what would you class them as, civilians then, if you like, rather than workers. The everyday people used to come off and get off here to go up to Corbière, which is what prompted the Corbière station to be built further up. I know some people probably would have still got off here, especially if they lived around the area or whatever. But for the most part, this became disused at some point after the Corbière station was built. No one knows when. They didn't specify. But this is what remains. Like I say, it was a wooden platform on top of this mound. And that's all that's left of the temporary station. Like I said, as in the name, it was temporary. It was never given a proper name. It was temporary. I did say it probably wouldn't be an overly long video for this station because there wasn't much there. So what we'll do now is we'll go up here, slightly further up, kind of where you can see Erica and Lydia there at the moment back there. We'll go up to where the line used to split. I'll show you that, and then we'll do an ending for the video at the same time. Right, so we're here at the split for the track. You can see where the lady's going off down that way. That's where the track used to split off and go up to the quarry, which we're doing in a separate video. And then this side is where your track used to split off and go down to Corbière. That's what we're doing in the video next week, and then we'll end with the quarry because it's really quite interesting. But yeah, that's just splitting the track. That's where we're leaving it today, and hopefully the wind hasn't ruined this too much, and I do hope the dog noise back there was okay. The lady, by the way, you saw walking off before, very nice lady, was quite concerned that we were filming her house, so I had to explain to her we were filming a railway video for you guys. But that's all for now. I'll see you next week when we go up to Corbière, and in the meantime, enjoy the rest of your week. Oh, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Corbière.